Sanjay Jindabad.
Jindabad, Jindabad.
Comrade Sutiranjan, President of your unit, the architect of today's meeting, Comrade Kamaljit, my leader of the industry, Comrade Sunilji. Due to the paucity of the time, I am not addressing the leaders on the dash, the executives on the dash. During the course of discussion, I may mention some of the names. Sitting in the front row, our Devananji, Manoranjanda, Dasarath Satpatiji, our respected Mutayadda, Ishar Mishraji, and my boss, Lakshman Setiji, because in the branch, Bowajar, he was my boss and I worked under him. And all the leadership, they are sitting up the desk, on the desk. My dear friends and colleagues, brothers and sisters, those who are present over here, it fills my heart with joy unspeakable to be here with you and to rise in response to the blessings and the respect you have showered on me in today's meeting. And Comrade Durga Prasad Mahapatraji, State Secretary of IBOC. Thank you very much for appreciating the participation and the hall. It was jam-packed at that point of time when you entered and when you were deliberating. But now I think the hall is at least 25% they have gone out. So Durga Prasad ji, one thing I want to mention you that not only in Odisha, everywhere, be it in Chennai, be it in Delhi, be it in Calcutta, be it in Bhopal, whenever you will be attending any of the meeting of the Federation of the Bank of India Officers Unit, you will find that the hall is jam-packed. And not only there, filling the hall, because it is not a great thing. You are assembling in large number in your annual general body meeting. It speaks about the truth of your trade union. How many people you are being assembled, you are in a position to take them into the road when there is some sort of agitation, when there is some sort of Julus and the rally. Few days back in your State Bank of India annual general body meeting, I have mentioned that thing. Yes, whenever you are organizing any seminar or workshop or any annual general body meeting, I have seen in State Bank of India also, the hall is jam-packed. But in the meeting, when we are organizing street corner meeting or Julus or on the strike days, very few people come into the road. Friends, I used to call it cosmetic trade unionism. I do not believe in that cosmetic trade unionism. Because the strength of the leadership, strength of the members lies in how many new number you are going to the road to protect your future, to protect your dignity. After a long period, means after 2 years, we are meeting over here everywhere. These 2 years, it was a dull period. And during this period, the entire global, entire entity in the global position, you will find that all people, they were in a dull phase, but the bankers, they were not in a dull phase. They contributed more than they used to do it in normal times. Because during that period, these bankers, these PSU bankers, they financed almost 6 lakhs crores. It is a history. Many of the people, you are not mentioning it. Many of the people, you are not recapitulating it. During this Corona period, in the year 2020-21, the total disbursement through this government bank, it was 6 lakhs crores. On an average in every year, we are financing, we are disbursing loans to the extent of 7 to 8 lakhs crores. But during this Corona period also, only 2 lakhs crores less. You did it. You should have a pat on your back. Friends, during this corona, we have learned lot many things. Corona has taught lot many things. We have learned that no one is superpower. Nothing means this superstition, belief, thoughts, it has nothing to do. Only the logic, only the nature. It is the most powerful thing. We have seen lot many powerful persons. They had to succumb to the persons, those who are having nothing. So that is the lesson from the core due to this SARS-CoV. We have to learn all the lessons. And nowadays, many times, we also shout, आवाज दो हम एक है. ये आवाज क्यों देना पड़ेगा हम एक है? अगर हम एक ही हैं तो आवाज देने के लिए कोई जरूरत नहीं है. आज हम एक नहीं हैं, इसीलिए हमको बार बार आवाज देना पड़ता है कि आवाज दो हम एक है. अगर हम एक होते तो गवर्नमेंट का कितना भी माइटी गवर्नमेंट भी हो, रोज रोज धमकी हम लोग को नहीं देते, रोज रोज धमकी हम लोग को नहीं देते. और even after posting a huge profit, I'm talking about this central bank, I'm talking about this IOB, they have posted a huge profit. Even after that, the DPOM, in collaboration with this Niti Aayog, they have again come out with the names. They have not changed the names. Central Bank and IOB. Central Bank people, they are getting PLI of 15 days salary. IOB, they are getting PLI of 15 days salary. Punjab National Bank, the very big bank, they are not getting any PLI this year. State Bank of India, they are getting PLI for 5 days. Bank of Baroda, they are getting the PLI of 5 days. And it is not a matter that those who are getting, Bank of India is not getting for the last two consecutive years, they are not getting the PLI. It is not the question of getting PLI or something else. But in the social media, people are attacking. What happens to the State Bank of India? What happens to Bank of India? What happens to Punjab National Bank? As because they got this PLI of 15 days, this UCO Bank, PLI of 15 days, Central Bank, 15 days, they are making the State Bank of India, Punjab National Bank, Bank of India a laughing stock. Why it is so? हम टुकड़े-टुकड़े gang हो गए. We are not thinking that whenever this privatization move will come, it will not come to Central Bank of India or IOB, because government is going to change the amendment, to make the amendment, Banking Companies Acquisition and Transfer of Undertaking Act 1978 and 1980, and Bank Nationalization Act 1969. If they change these two laws, then they will not stop by privatizing Central Bank of India or IOB. State Bank of India तो आधा तो प्राइवेट ही हो गया है. स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया आधा प्राइवेट ही हो गया है. बाकी क्या रह गया? तो फ्रेंड्स, इसीलिए मैं कह रहा हूं, आवाज तो हम एक है, ये ना बोल करके सही में कुछ ना कुछ करना पड़ेगा, जिसका चलते हम एक हो सकते हैं. जिस दिन इस मीटिंग में आते हैं, हमको बहुत अच्छा लगता है. यस, ऑल पीपल दे आर विथ अस. वी आर शेयरिंग द डैश विथ executives, leaders, but other days we are feeling alone. With the senior leaders like Sunilji and myself, we are raising lot many voices in the Twitters or somewhere else. So far, in the version of the young people, it may be the old haggers, they are doing this thing. Maybe some sort of extra benefits they will be getting. That time, very few people, those who are the very conscious, they are retweeting with us. You are demanding this 5 days week, but whenever we are tweeting this 5 days week, whenever we are tweeting against the onslaughts of the government, most of the people, you are not responding. That is the reality. तो फ्रेंड्स, ये अच्छा अच्छा बात बोलना हमको आता नहीं है, मेरे को अच्छा अच्छा बात बोलना आता नहीं है, क्योंकि मैं जानता हूं लीडरशिप का काम ही होता है कि असलियत से परिचय कराना। गुडी गुडी रोजी पिक्चर बोल के मैं चले जाऊंगा, देन आई विल नॉट बी इन ए पोजीशन टू डिस्चार्ज माय ड्यूटीज। और ये बात भी है, हम लोग भी कोई हायर्ड गुंडा नहीं है, माई सेल्फ और सुनील जी कोई हायर्ड गुंडा नहीं है कि प्रबंधन पक्ष को हम लोग बोलेंगे और बाकी लोग काल से फिर वही काम करेंगे जो हम बोल के जा रहे हैं। तो अरविंद जी एक बहुत अच्छा चीज उठाया कि सुबह आकर के मीन्स एवरी डे व्हेनेवर वी आर कमिंग टू द ब्रांचेस वी आर chalking out some of the priorities, what to be done as on today. But whenever we are entering into the branches, the priority is being changed. 2 days back, I had been to one of our branch. There I have seen one lady is continuously busy with the WhatsApp. WhatsApp means mobile. I have not seen what it is, WhatsApp or telephone or Facebook or something like that. And lot many people are standing in front of her. I asked, what you are doing? People are annoyed, people are waiting, but you are busy in mobile. बोले सर, वो तो सर WhatsApp में जवाब देना पड़ेगा, सुबह से कितना नॉमिनेशन हुआ है, कितना डोर स्टेप बैंकिंग हुआ है। हमने बोला कि आपको ये जवाब देना पड़ेगा अभी WhatsApp में बिना काम धाम छोड़ करके। बोले हाँ सर, कुछ देर पहले ही पूछा गया था, those who have not given your figures, please immediately give your figures. Means within the banking hour. Where we are going, friends? कुछ people छोड़ के चले गए। It is not your fault. That is the big problem throughout the country. That is the big problem, means the problem of concentration, attention, power of attention. That is a big problem. When it is being discussed, I can tell you, shifting from the main agenda, yes, today's context, I do not know how the bank is running through this WhatsApp. What I was telling, throughout the country, it is a very big challenge. Sometimes we are talking about the intelligent quotient. Sometimes we are talking about the happiness quotient. But one terminology it has been coined, that is the emotional quotient. Means emotionally, we are being sold to the social media. Throughout the globe, it is going on. And nowadays, throughout the country, throughout the globe, it is the main threat that the power of concentration, power of focus, power of attention, it is being snatched away by some group of people. You know, means Silicon Valley, means some smart boys, they are engaged in this thing. Means in the social media, one proverb is there, whenever any product is free, you are the product being sold free. Means your attention, your concentration, your focus is being shifted from the main thing. In the foreign country, I'm not going into the details, it is a very vast subject. Daniel Goleman is a famous psychologist. He has written many books on this thing, this power of concentration. Swami Vivekananda used to tell that the difference between a successful man and unsuccessful man, it is the difference of the power of the concentration. If we are not in a position to concentrate on a particular thing, we will not be successful. Nowadays, the total entire banking, it has lost its focus. It has lost its focus. And another terminology, it is very much applicable to you, that is the intermittent focus. That is also a very important thing, important researches are going on throughout the world. Intermittent concentration means some people, they are attentively listening to the deliberations of the leaders, but immediately they are going out, talking to others, and even after that, they are again coming and concentrating on the deliverables. That is called intermittent concentration. This attention, concentration, and the focus we are losing. And our management is also compelling us to lose our focus. Each and every branches, all the targets are being given without going into the details, whether that product is feasible or not, whether that gold loan in that particular area it is feasible or not. We are not going into the details. We are not applying our mind. In the last Sunday, all the officers, all the branches were opened for this LIC IPO. Kya mila hame? Yes, we have to comply the government directives, but there we have to apply our mind. The very few restricted branches where the people at least know the meaning of the IPO, that branch should be opened. Many branches, means almost 95 branches, there was not a single stroke. But you had to give that monetary compensation. Means बेगाना शादी में अब्दुल्ला दीवाना आप आए, खर्चा करा दिए, बैंक का चुना लगा दिया, क्या हुआ? कुछ नहीं हुआ. So you have to apply our mind. So friends, definitely before means ये बैंक प्राइवेटाइजेशन का डिस्कस करने का कोई means जरूरत भी नहीं है, क्योंकि each and every person, those who are sitting over here, you might be knowing what is going on in our banking industry. But we are not in a position. I am not blaming the government, because government is a mighty big government, and in the election manifesto also it was written that yes, we will open up the economy, we will go for the reforms, we will disinvest in the public sector undertakings. They are doing that. But whatever the protest we could make, no protest, nothing else. Even we could not show to the media also why there is the need for this public sector bank. Simply बोलने से नहीं होगा कि we need the public sector bank. आज जब गवर्नमेंट जब बोल रहा है, बहुत लोग इसके साथ सहमत भी हैं. यस, बैंक प्राइवेट हो जाने के बाद ग्राहक सेवा अच्छा मिलेगा. मैं पत्रकार लोगों को मैं पूछता हूं कि हम तो बैंक नेशनलाइजेशन का पक्ष में हजारों बात मैं बोल रहा हूं, और एक बात भी आप काट करके मेरे को बताइए, बोलिए कि आप जो बोल रहे हैं कि गलत है. लेकिन बैंक प्राइवेटाइजेशन का पक्ष में आप एक भी रीजन मेरे को सुनाइए. किसी का पास कोई रीजन नहीं है. किसी का पास कोई रीजन नहीं है. गवर्नमेंट कभी कभी बोलते हैं, 2-3 मुद्दे बोलते हैं. यस, नंबर 1 बोलते हैं कि efficiency is better in the private sector banks. But have you ever judged why the government is saying and what efficiency the private bankers they are having? These public sector bankers, they are more efficient than the private sector banks. सिर्फ ताली से नहीं चलेगा. मैं आपको कारण बताता हूं कैसे. And Bank of India people, you should feel proud that in the industry you are in the topmost position. 18.94 crores business per employee you are handling. And sir, your State Bank of India, its position is 3rd. 2nd is Bank of Baroda, 17 crores something. And in comparison to that, HDFC, 9.25 crores. ICICI और कम है. So then, where lies your efficiency? You have to understand all the things. What is your manpower and what is their manpower? Have you ever gone into the details? Whenever your friends, your relatives, they are telling that yes, अरे बाबा तुम्हारा ये तो मानना पड़ेगा, तुम्हारा सरकारी बैंक में ये काम धाम उतना ठीक नहीं होता है. You challenge them with those things. Why there is the public customer service is better than that of us. उन लोगों को ये जनधन योजना करना नहीं पड़ता है, अनप्रोडक्टिव थिंग्स। उन लोगों को प्रधानमंत्री स्वनिधि योजना करना नहीं पड़ता है, उनको प्रधानमंत्री गरीब कल्याण योजना कुछ करना नहीं पड़ता है, बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ ये सब नहीं है, कोई चीजें नहीं है, अटल पेंशन योजना नहीं है। They are concentrating mainly on the retail business, working capital, and we are dealing with this long-term capitals also. Number one is the efficiency. I will not go into the details because not the time. There is the paucity of the time. There are 4-5 reasons, but main reason I have touched upon. Number two reason, what the government once they gave. Number one is the efficiency. Number two, we have to fulfill our disinvestment target. You have to fulfill your disinvestment target by selling the profitable public sector banks. ये नहीं हो सकता है. All the banks, they are posting a profit figure. All the public sector banks, they are posting a profit figure now. We do not need any financial inclusion, financial support, capital infusion. If at least at all there is the need for this capital infusion, lot many economists, they have given these reasons and they have given the way out also. You can very well borrow from the Reserve Bank of India and you can give it to in the paper borrowing. It is not also needed. If there is a stringent recovery policy, then our purpose will be served. हमारे बड़े बड़े कॉर्पोरेट लोन को आप वसूली करके दिखा दो और मुझे कुछ नहीं चाहिए. हेयर कार्ड को बंद करो कम से कम. हेयर कार्ड का नाम से यू आर पैट्रोनाइजिंग दिस बिग कॉर्पोरेट्स. इसको कम से कम बंद करो. कुछ दिन पहले आपका निर्मला सीतारमण ने डिक्लेयर की थी, उनका डिक्लेयर्ड डाटा है इन द पब्लिक सेक्टर बैंक्स 41,000 posts are vacant, lying vacant. That is her data. Our data is 1 crore, 1 lakh and something. They are telling that NPS. Third reason is the NPA. In public sector bank, the NPA is much higher than the private banks. Have you ever analyzed as a banker why our NPA is high? Are we inefficient? Why our accounts are turning bad? Why our accounts are turning NPA, but their accounts are good? Friends, without going into the details, just within a 1-2 line, I am telling you, this was the reason only because of the fact that we had to undergo the financing of the infrastructure lending. And before 2008, our NPA was much less than the private sector bank. After 2008, that's because there was a global meltdown. During that period, the foreign financiers, those who used to finance in the long-term sector, they stopped financing. They were sitting idle on the capital. And that time, as a national call, it was given to the nationalized bank. And as a national call, we responded to it, knowing fully well that this account is going to be NPA. But you see, it is the bank of the government. That's why we cannot deny. That's why this bank, this nationalized bank, came forward for the financing of this nationalized, this infrastructure sector lending. देश में क्या ब्रिज नहीं बनेगा, देश में क्या पावर सेक्टर नहीं बनेगा, देश में क्या सीमेंट सेक्टर नहीं बनेगा, बनना ही है. Then that's why this nationalized sector bank came forward. And today also, if you analyze the NPA portfolio, 70% of the NPA portfolio, it constitutes this long-term sector lending, infrastructure sector lending. And these private banks, they are doing only the retail and the working capital. And in the rural sector, this nationalized bank, they are financing. That is one of the reasons also. These are the reasons. And our norms, It is a very liberal norms. Our credit policy is a very liberal credit policy. Whenever some telephone call is coming from any of the ministers, you give it this type of loan to someone else, then the message is being percolated down to the rank and file, and that loan is being sanctioned. That is the old archaic, our governance system, only due to that. इतना बड़े बड़े कॉर्पोरेट का तो लोन हो रहा है, कोई प्राइवेट बैंक से हो रहा है? नहीं हो रहा है. And we are financing for the export credit also. कोई प्राइवेट बैंक से एक्सपोर्ट क्रेडिट होता है? नहीं होता है. During this last 5-6 years after 2008, there was a total failure in the export credit, and all the export credit loans, it failed. There are many reasons for which the NPA of this nationalist sector, it is high. So friends, these are the things to ponder upon. We have to understand why this is the situation. Government is telling that we have to privatize the bank. Privatization से क्या होगा? आपको बेरोजगारी बढ़ेगा, और क्या होगा? ब्रांचेस का शाखाएं का बंद होगी, ग्राहक सेवा में बहुत कठिनाई आएगा. बोल रहा है कि शाखा को कम करना है. अभी मैं पत्रकार को मैं बोल रहा था, हमारे देश में 6,25,000 गांव हैं, उसमें सिर्फ 50,000 में कोई बैंक की शाखाएं हैं. सबका साथ सबका विकास, सबका साथ सबका विकास अगर करना पड़ेगा तो 6,25,000 में कम से कम 50% गांव में आपको बैंक को बैठाना चाहिए. और इफ यू एनालाइज द ग्लोबल बैंकिंग हिस्ट्री in each and every, and more particularly the developed countries whose GDP, आजकल तो GDP उतना मीन्स मान्यता नहीं दिया जा रहा है. as per the new economic policy HDI, Human Development Index, इससे ही किसी देश का मीन्स निर्णय होता है. तो GDP अगर HDI भी हम मानते हैं, जिन कंट्रियों का GDP और HDI हाई है, वो चाहे स्कैंडिनेवियन कंट्री हो, चाहे फ्रांस हो, जर्मनी हो. फ्रांस में तो पर 1 लाख में 37 ब्रांचेस है, कोई बैंक की शाखा है. ऐसे मैं डिफरेंट कंट्री का मैं डाटा नहीं दे रहा हूं. ऑन एन एवरेज 30 to 37 ब्रांचेस है पर 1 लाख कंट्री मैन. इन आवर कंट्री हाउ मच इट इज? 14, सिर्फ 14. तो हमारे यहाँ शाखा के विस्तार होना चाहिए, गांव-गांव में शाखा का विस्तार होना चाहिए. और आप बोल रहे हैं कि shrinking of the branches by privatization, by merger, already 3,000 branches has been closed. अगर ये प्राइवेट अगर कर दीजिएगा तो और शाखाएं बंद होगी और लोगों का ग्राहक सेवा कम मिलेगा. ये हम देशवासी को हमको सुनाना नहीं है, समझाना नहीं है. लेकिन हम लोग जो करते हैं, ये बोलते हैं ओल्ड हैगर्स लोग, इसका कोई कामे धाम नहीं है, ये ट्विटर कर रहे हैं या कुछ कर रहे हैं, ग्राम सेवा कर रहे हैं, ग्राम सभा कर रहे हैं. तो साथियों, ये समझने का दिन आ गया है. क्योंकि आपका, मैं जो बोलता हूं दुष्यंत कुमार का कविताएं, जो आपका पाव का नीचे बिल्कुल ही जमीन नहीं है. जमीन आपका पाव का नीचे बिल्कुल ही नहीं है. लेकिन अफसोस की बात है कि फिर भी तुम्हें यकीन नहीं है. आप लोग ये समझते नहीं. अंधेरा को अंधेरा कहिए, इस बेपनाह अंधेरा को मैं सुबह कैसे कहूं? मैं इन नजरों का अंधा तमाशबीन नहीं. अंधेरा को अंधेरा कहिए, सुबह को सुबह कहिए. ये बोलने का गट्स रखिए. ऐसे दिन में डस्ट हो, लॉग इन करके ये बैंक का प्रगति नहीं हो सकता है. आपका फोकस अगर शिफ्ट हो जाता है तो you cannot put forth your best endeavor. ये फोकस को, you should be focusedly focused. अगर आपका फोकस एक जगह में नहीं है, कोई प्रोडक्ट के बारे में, कोई चीज के बारे में मान ले जाए कि आपको किसी ब्रांच में रिव्यू पेंडिंग है, ठीक है, तो मैं एक एक दिन 2 दिन में सिर्फ रिव्यू ही अपडेट करेंगे? जब रिव्यू करने के लिए आप सोच रहे हैं तो दूसरा चीज आ रहा है, कैसे करेंगे? मीन्स वी आर बीइंग कंपेल्ड टू कम आउट फ्रॉम आवर फोकस। तो फोकस के बारे में मैं और एक चीज बोलूंगा, क्योंकि इट इज गोइंग टू बी ए वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इश्यू ऑफ द एंटायर ग्लोब। मैं 2 साल पहले मैं स्कैंडिनेवियन कंट्री में ऐसे घूमने के लिए गया था, हम लोग को तो मौका नहीं मिलता है। वहां पैसा देने से किसी इंस्टीट्यूट में जा करके आप यू कैन हैव एन ऑब्जर्वेशन व्हाट इज गोइंग ऑन देयर इन। आई हैव सीन देयर इन द साइंटिफिक इंस्टीट्यूट्स और इन जहां गवेषणा हो रहा है, जहां मीन्स इंटेलेक्चुअल लोगों का मीन्स जहां दरबार होता है, दे हेट द सोशल मीडिया, they use the social media, but the senior peoples, those who are the helm of the affairs, they hate the social media because ये focus के लिए होनी चाहिए। You should have a laser like focus, means pinpointed focus on a certain issue, and you have to hold the focus. You have to hold the focus for some times. For a particular time I may be focused, but after that, after 5 minutes or 10 minutes, I am losing that focus. That's why some people are going out. You have to hold that focus. And thirdly, you have to cut yourself from the outside the world. If you have to focus on something, you have to cut yourself from outside the world. मैं एक एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ, जस्ट मैं 2 मिनट लूंगा। मैं रामकृष्ण मिशन का स्टूडेंट हूँ। रामकृष्ण मिशन का एक लोगो है, देखिएगा, उसमें एक कोबरा by spreading its hoods है। उसका मीनिंग यही है कि he is having the focus, laser like focus on the prey, and he is spreading its hoods, mean he is holding that focus and he is cutting himself outside the world. And in those institutes I have seen, they are using the social media, but they are keeping themselves out of the means odds of this social media. Some people will say, some old people will say, the social media, it is a device. You can use it in a good sense or you can use it in a bad sense. No. It is designed in like that, they are grabbing, they are snatching your attention, these Silicon Valley people. They are grabbing your attention and they are making you addicted on it so that you cannot concentrate on other issues. Here our, sorry to say, sir, I have seen executives also, they are indulged in such type of things. They are compelling the officers, काम नहीं, लेकिन आप डाटा भेजो, इंफॉर्मेशन भेजो, आज कितना होगा, दिन भर वही होते रहा है, कितना फिगर भेजेगा। और सुनील जी जो बोलते हैं ना, जितना फिगर वो भेजता है, वो अगर जोड़ लीजिएगा, एक दिन का फिगर हो सकता है कि 1 महीना का टारगेट अचीव कर लेता है। वो फिगर भेजता है और ऊपर से ऐसे हाथ उठता है और वो सोचता है मैं कितना तीर मार दिया है। तो फ्रेंड्स, मैंने जो बोला आपको, ये आपको तीखा लग सकता है, लेकिन तीखा लगेगा करके ही मैंने बोला ये सेहत के लिए ठीक है, क्योंकि अच्छे अच्छे बात बोलना हमको आता नहीं है। और मैं जो बोलता हूं ना, जो गलत बोलता, जो सच बोलता है उसको गलत मालूम ही नहीं है, लेकिन जो गलत बोलता है उसको सच मालूम है। इसीलिए थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर द पेशेंस हियरिंग। टाइम बहुत हो रहा है, 2:30 बज रहा है। मैं बहुत कुछ बोलने का था, लेकिन आई एम रेस्ट्रिक्टिंग माई सेल्फ। थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर इन्वाइटिंग मी। थैंक्स टू कमलजीत and Shruti Ranjan for organizing a very nice meeting. Thank you for everything. And in the days to come, I think you will rally around the organization and you will keep the star glowing like anything. Thank you. Inqilab Jindabad.
Sanjay.